What's going on? This your boy, Chris Simmons, coming to you with another podcast. Alongside me, my brand new co-host, Miss Tiffany Wright. What's going on, girl? What it do? What it do?
Uh, what's up? What's up? Feeling good, feeling blessed today.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Where I'm at is a beautiful day. Not too hot, not too cold. Around like 70 some degrees. So I went outside earlier before this podcast. Was enjoying the beautiful weather. So I can't complain. I'm doing really good. For those of you who may not be familiar, I did make an announcement I think about 3 weeks ago, that I was going to have a brand new co-host joining me for the rest of this podcast. So she is
Whoop,
my
whoop.
new time co-host. I know she's very excited. It was kind of weird how it happened because I reached out to her originally just trying to think, okay, maybe I have her on as a guest, maybe just like a one-time guest. But as we were talking, I just loved the energy that she was bringing. Like I was asking her who she was, what she's about, and I said, this is a perfect match to have on my podcast. So here she is, full time. She got her Step Towards Your Purpose shirt on. I'm very excited.
Yes, I
She
did.
rocking the brand. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very happy. Sent her a free shirt out a couple weeks ago. I'm glad it came in time just before the podcast. So she got her shirt on. I got my shirt on. It's kind of hard to see, but I put it up for y'all. But yeah, we both got our t-shirts on, and man, we just gonna give y'all some great episodes today. But before we get into the episode, Tiff, what's been going on? Like what you've been doing these past few days, and anything exciting? Anything new happened with you?
I've been stepping into my purpose. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, yeah, right
Yeah,
there.
stepping in the right direction, right into my purpose. I'm right now. I'm just trying to start this mentoring program centered with anti-bullying and building self-confidence, self-esteem, self-love, and building up the schools, making them more fun, enjoyable for kids to want to go to. And also, I'm working on my website, my coaching website. I will be offering coaching, advice, therapy, and my consults are going to be with all forms of communication: email, phone, Zoom, FaceTime, in person, however you want to schedule it. That website's in the making, but that's in the process. And also, I'm writing my first book. Woot woot for me. And it's
Man,
basically, it's going to be about, there's going to be short stories about overcoming the impossible.
ooh,
And it's going to be based on true events. So it's going to be very spectacular stories that you're not going to want to put down. And you can't wait for the next one. So that's what I got going on right now.
I'm gonna have to check that book out. So what was the title of the book? I think I missed that. Did you have a title for it yet, or is it still?
No, I'm keeping the title under hush hush right now.
Okay, okay, my bad.
Yeah, it's on the hush hush.
Okay.
I'm gonna bust out with it randomly. Once I get the first short story out, I'm definitely gonna drop the name and let everybody know where it's gonna be at and who's publishing it. So those details are still on the works. So I'm keeping everything a little bit under wraps right now.
All right. Well, I will most definitely be the first one to buy the book because I definitely am interested in trying to give myself a copy. So I will definitely be supporting you and everything that you're doing. So that sounds great. That's always great. I'm a big reader myself, so I always love to find new books. I actually just finished a book not too long ago, so I'm definitely looking for another.
Oh.
So I'm definitely well. So I'm gonna be the first one. I'm gonna be the first one to know about it. You know
Hey,
what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to
So
give you an autographed copy right there, Chris. I'm going to put
hey,
the name
that's
in it. Send it over to you. Show the love back.
you already know. Hey, listen, she rocking my shirt, so I don't have to rock her book. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
We
there we go. That's how we do it. That's how we
support
do
each other. You know what I'm saying? Lifting each other
it.
up. Feel me?
Yes.
But no, that's
Definitely.
good. That's good. I love that. I love what you're doing. That's exactly why, I wanted you to be able to come on this podcast because I feel like our missions are kind of similar, very similar. So I think this is gonna be a great new direction for the podcast. I'm very excited to have Miss Tiffany on. But as far as for me, I know that I did not post an episode last week, and the reason was because I was actually taking my vacation. Okay, I was on vacation. For those of you who probably wouldn't know, I actually went out to Philly. Actually, I did mention that, but that's where I was. That's why I didn't have time to record the episode. But I figured that since I was going to be working with Miss Tiffany, I figured y'all could wait a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could wait. But yeah, I mean, I actually just came back from Philly a few days ago. Got to see my people. Got to see my good friends out there. Got to see my boys, Joshua, Noah, and Jonathan. I refer to them as brothers, even though they're technically just friends. But you know, we're so close on that we just refer to them as family. So I got to see him out there. Definitely enjoy my time. My uncle got a very beautiful house. He actually got two houses out there, man. One in Philly, and then we also went to his beach house out in New Jersey. But before I get to that, I mean, I just want to talk about my time in Philly. Like, I'll just kind of briefly go over it. I'm gonna take too much time because I know there's
What
a
was
lot.
your favorite place? What was your favorite place, Chris? You have to tell them about your favorite place and all the great activities. You got to give them
Right.
those exhilarating moments you've had. Like I was like, when you were telling me about them, I was just like, oh my God, I wish I was there.
Right. No. So I'll start in Philly. So I'll give you a brief summary of Philly. So when I was in Philly, so we pulled up to the Philly house first, and the reason we were there because I'm gonna say little brother Jonathan. So I refer to him as brother. So I got a big brother Noah. Okay, he's 23. He's a little older. He graduated college, so we celebrated him too. But I'm gonna just say big brother Noah, so y'all know what I'm talking about. So big brother Noah. Then I got twin brother Joshua. Okay, technically I'm older than him, but me and him are basically the same age. I'm 4 months older than him, so I'm just gonna refer to him as twin brother Joshua, and then little brother Jonathan. He's the youngest one. He's about 18. He just graduated from high school. So we were celebrating little brother Jonathan's graduation from high school. So we had like they had a grad party at their house, and I got to meet all type of people. You know, I got to meet the grandma, I got to meet the aunt, you know, I got to meet one of their cousins, and it was just a phenomenal time. We were there celebrating him and his graduation from high school. Like I said, definitely had some fun activities planned over there. They had this one game in the backyard called CrossNet, and if you guys are not familiar with CrossNet, if you guys have played Foursquare, that's basically what it is, except the volleyball version. So instead of
Wow.
hitting the ball on the ground, you got to keep the ball in the air, and you can't let it touch the ground, else you're gonna be out. So that was the funnest game. I really enjoyed my time out there in Philly, but mainly I got to see all my three brothers. You know what I'm saying? They're all doing well. Um, so it was just great to see them. I haven't seen them in 2 years because of the whole pandemic in 2020. We probably would have seen them in 2020, but because of the pandemic, we didn't. But I was so glad to be able to see them. They're doing well, family doing well. Uncle's still balling. My uncle still, living his best life. So
So,
that was
uncle.
Philly. And I also got to meet two of the three brothers' girlfriends. So big brother Noah had his honey come to the crib, and twin brother Joshua also had his honey come to the crib, and they were pretty nice people. Um, so I got to, kind of talk to their girlfriend. They got a little sweetheart come to the crib. So, I got to see them. Very nice people. Because sometimes, when you have people, outside the family come to the house, they be tripping. Sometimes it be a little awkward. But not, it wasn't like that. So I got to really vibe with them because, if you my brother, man, I want to see who you working with. So, they had them come to the house. I could enjoy them. So it was a great time in Philly. But that was the main thing. But that was the main thing we did in Philly. Now in New Jersey, my, it was phenomenal. So my uncle had a beach house out there, very nice. It's a beautiful house out there in New Jersey. I got to stay there for a few days. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see some of my brothers now because one of them, Big Brother Noah, actually went on vacation with his girlfriend to Florida. So he didn't join us at the beach house. And then twin brother Joshua, he was working. Little brother Jonathan, he had to work, but he did end up coming up for maybe 1 or 2 days. So I got to see little brother Jonathan, got to hang out with him at the beach house. But other than that, it was just my aunt, uncle, my family, me, my two sisters, my parents. So we were there chilling. Did some phenomenal activities out there. Went on some bike rides, played tennis, went kayaking for the very first time in my life. That was amazing. Um, and then obviously went to the beach. I mean, what's the point? What's the point of being by a beach if you're not gonna go to the beach, right? So I was at the beach chilling, just relaxing. Water was a little cold, but I still got in that boy. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm gonna pull up to the beach if you ain't gonna get in the water. So it was a great time. Really loved it. And then now I'm back here, man. And then also we had some phenomenal places. I mean, they weren't like McDonald's, Burger King, nothing like that. They were like a restaurant. 'Cause my uncle, he be balling, bro.
Good
He
stuff.
like to eat good. So, but yeah, that was pretty much it, man. Now I'm back here, and now I'm doing this podcast. So, hey,
Glad to
I
have
just
you back.
right. I just needed that. I just needed that mental break. You know what I'm saying? It was just, man, it was just a phenomenal getaway. Um,
Yeah, we all need those mental breaks, and came back with like, better energy, clear focus, all the juices flowing, got to see family and friends, stimulate that heart and that soul, get you feeling good and being out in nature.
right.
It's your trip sounds amazing. And I'm sure like a lot of people could relate to like getting that time away and getting that mental break to just relax and unwind and not be in their phones and spend time with family and be at the beach. It sounds great. Your trip sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, man. I definitely would really want to go back. I'll probably have to make a personal visit. You know what I'm saying? Make me a little personal visit. Now, I didn't get to see the city of Philly because I know I mentioned that on my previous episodes. I was hoping to see the city, get a Philly cheesesteak, but I didn't do that. So, but it's all good. I'll go back there later in the year. Hopefully, get to see him again. But nah, I mean, it was just phenomenal time. But that kind of falls into what we want to talk about, something similar to what we want to talk about in today's podcast, is taking those mental health breaks. Now,
Yeah.
when we refer to mental health breaks, that doesn't necessarily mean you got to wait to take a 1-2 week vacation to take a mental break. Okay. I just use that because, that was something that happened to me recently. But when we talk about taking a mental break, what that means is basically spending time away from stressful situations. Okay. So I suggest for y'all, maybe if you guys go to work every day or whatever activity you're involved in that may be, I mean, like just weighing you down mentally or physically or whatever, spend time away from that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You don't have to feel obligated to always be doing something. Because people
right.
always feel like they always have to be going 24/7. That's like your body ain't meant for that. You know what I'm saying? Your body needs a break at one point, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like literally, I was talking to I had a guest on last episode. Her name was Dr. Nafisa, and she talked about the importance of taking care of your mental health. And one of the most important things that people should do in order to take care of the mental health was sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like rest. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And sometimes we don't
Number
think about
one.
that. You know what I'm saying? And she was telling me like, yo, y'all need at least 8 hours of sleep. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? And at first, I was like, well, maybe what if I only sleep 4 or 5 hours? Because that's what I was on for a minute. I'm thinking like, oh, I can sleep 4 or 5 hours, get up, be fine. But she was like, no, over time, your body is not gonna. You're basically wearing your body down over time, and that's no good. And she was trying to, come at me for saying your body needs the proper amount of rest. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, you know, force your body to get up and do regular activities if it doesn't have the proper rest. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we want to try to emphasize to y'all is, if you are having a stressful time in your life, whatever is, stressing you out mentally, physically, emotionally, take a break, step away for a little bit and just refocus, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I definitely agree. Sleep is very important. It's like no one's going to leave their car running forever, you know?
Right.
You got to turn that thing down, turn it off, let it rest, settle down, cool off.
Right. That's what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Over time, if you leave the car running, it's gonna run out of gas. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
You're not
Like you
going
keep the
nowhere.
car on, the gas still gonna keep coming out. It may not. Well, I mean, it's not gonna come out as fast as if you were actually driving the car, but over time, that gas is slowly coming out. You're slowly draining that car, and that's
Yeah.
what. In order for the car to run, it needs gas. So if you constantly run on empty, you ain't gonna go that far. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when it gets to a certain point on your car, you know how it'd be like 50 miles on empty. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to take a trip across the world, it ain't gonna happen. You ain't gonna go that far. You only gonna go 50 miles and that's it. Then you're gonna have to fill up. So it's like make sure that you running on full. You running on a full tank of gas. You know what I'm saying? So now there are plenty of ways for you to take mental health breaks. And I'm gonna give it to Tiffany right here. I'm actually curious as to know what do you do. I know you mentioned yesterday that you take mental health breaks all the time. So I'm just curious as to know
Yeah.
what type of mental health breaks, or what are some things you do when you take those mental health breaks?
I have my daily mental health breaks, and then I have the ones that I actually schedule. Now, for the daily ones, I take time to do my positive affirmations. I set aside time in the morning to meditate. I put either meditative music on, whatever relaxes you, basically, to quiet your mind and fill it with positive self-talk. I tell myself good things about myself in the morning. I'm beautiful, I'm creative, I'm talented, I'm abundant, I'm blessed. Those type of positive affirmations, and say it to myself, in the mirror, so I can believe it. Look myself in the eyes. I can't lie to myself in the eyes, right? No one wants to lie to themselves in the mornings. So they go ahead and just focus on that. And I also learn something new, something that I always wanted to learn. I'll pick up like a new task and say, hey, I'm gonna set aside this time before bed instead of scrolling on social media or whatever to unwind from my day, instead of drinking a glass of wine or washing my. Wanted to know how to, work this app, or I wanted to learn about this. So I'll like read a book, do things like that to quiet your mind. Even though you're reading, you think that you're expanding your mind, you're actually expanding your soul, because you're retaining knowledge, and knowledge is what you use for your inner wisdom. And also yoga, exercise. Oh, my favorite, journaling. Journaling is my favorite. Journaling. Oh my gosh. Journaling is something you can do anywhere all the time. And that mental break, like when someone just pisses you.
I think we lost connection. See, this is why I'm hoping to do this in person, because the Zoom chat, for real, is okay. Here we go. Now, okay, Miss Tiffany,
Are we
you
back?
you lost. Hey, you lost connection. You lost me for a little bit, but you back now. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, no, just go ahead and repeat what you just said. Just go ahead
Uh,
and repeat what you just said. I heard most of it. I heard up until journaling. So you say you journal. So what?
okay, journal. Yes. Journaling is the best part. And the easiest one to do, because we can carry it around everywhere we go. Oftentimes we find ourselves irritated, some bad news, someone just died, anything that you have going on, you're like feel like you're at that breaking point mentally and you want to explode. Journaling is a way to channel those emotions. And I call it the 5-minute rule. Give yourself 5 minutes to write down whatever you're feeling in your journal, whether it's anger, sadness, whatever it is, happiness. It could just be just talking about your day. That's a way to figure out the things that's going on in your mind. You put them on paper and you could see them, because now they're organized onto paper. And like, oh, well, it really wasn't that bad. And when you go back and look at it, I say, go back and look at it at the end of the day and see if it still really matters to you. So if you journal something in the midday, go back and look at it. If you journal something at night, look at it in the morning and see, hey, do I still feel this way? And 9 times out of 10, depending on what it is, you probably won't. And that's you getting that mental break and solving your own problem without, needing any type of extranistic things to help you cope. You coped with it on your own. And that also builds your self-confidence and your self-love. And that's taken away, that's breaking down those mental barriers of fear and limiting beliefs and things like that. Is breaking all that down, that you can't go on. Because that's what happens when things happen to us. We think we can't go on. How do we get out of this? So taking that time to journal is really good. And meditation, it centers you. That's another thing that we could all do. Sit in your cars, relax, go home, however you do it on your lunch break. Meditation is another good daily one. And for scheduling, I would say like hobbies, activities. You can always schedule those, like helping others, take on a new interest, volunteer somewhere. Those are things that help get you out of your head and into your heart, which your heart can heal. Those things that you have going on in your mind, because then you could be around things that make you look at it from a lighter view. So that's my way of dealing with my mental struggles and things like that, so I don't have a mental breakdown. It's better to just kind of feel what you're going through instead of trying to be analytical and logical about how it could work.
Okay. I love that. And one thing that I remember you saying was how you try not to do activities that involve social media. That's one thing that I
Right.
also had down in my notes as well, because some things that I do personally, and this is one activity I picked up during the pandemic when I had tore my Achilles and was down and out mentally and physically. One thing I always did was sit outside, especially
Oh, great.
when it was nice outside. I would always love to just sit outside. It was just something about sitting outside that really made me, just kind of relax. You know what I'm saying? Like hearing the birds chirp, hearing nature. That was me. Like that was me during that whole pandemic, and I still do that to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes
Great.
it's just good to get away from a stressful situation, just sit down and just chill out for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
that's one thing that I do, and I don't really, you know, I'm not on my phone either. Just so y'all know, I'm not on my phone on social media. Like I'm just literally just like this, just literally maybe looking at the sky, maybe looking straight ahead, but I'm just literally, just clearing my mind mentally. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I do. Another thing that I also do is I'm like I said, I'm a reader, so I like to read hardcover books. You know what I'm saying? It's just something about holding a book that it's just like when you hold it, you smell it, you taste it, all those five senses, just having the book in your hand is just something special. You know what I'm saying? Now I know
Yes.
that you can easily get an ebook off the Apple Books or whatever, or a
Oh.
Kindle. I know the Kindles were a big thing for a little bit, but I think they kind of faded because now I mean you can
Yeah.
basically order a book off Amazon directly to your phone. So I mean it's just something about having a book, something about my favorite types of books are like books that I can learn from. You know what I'm saying? Like I read this one book that was published by my pastor. It was called Limitless, Defy the Ordinary. His name is Pastor Eric Peacher, so I recommend you check his book out on Amazon. But it was like, it was just a phenomenal book, learning how to not let limits define you, you know what I'm saying? And that was a great book for me at the time, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to be in that limited thinking that, oh, I need to be what everybody else tell me to be. But in fact, is what God wants you to be, because God is an unlimited God. Like he's not going to limit you to a certain ability. So I had to, tap into my spiritual realm as well. And just reading kind of does that. It kind of helps you learn different things, you know what I'm saying? So that's another activity I love to do. uh, as y'all know, I'm really big into exercising. I feel like 30 minutes to an hour exercise, it releases a lot of that stress. I know for me personally, because every time I work out I always feel good. That's why I do them in the mornings, because I always love to start my day off with a workout. You know what I'm saying? Before the day gets going, I always love to have that morning, of me time. And no better way to spend that time is in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like releasing, being able to prepare your body for what is to come. You know what I'm saying? So exercising, taking a nap. There's no wrong with taking a nap. Like you said, your body need rest. Sometimes you just need to just shut your eyes for a little bit, just chill out. You know what I'm saying? Just take that 30 minutes, and just kind of chill out. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with taking a nap as long as it's not, I would say if you take it in the middle of the day, that's pretty good. Now, if you take it like after 5 p.m., in my opinion, you might as well just go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? That's that. I feel like that's a little too late, bro. You taking it in the evening, you might as well just go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe if you get that downtime at work, just shut your eyes for a little bit. Just kind of just rest your mind for a little bit. Rest your eyes. I remember hearing that phrase from twin brother Joshua's girlfriend. She'd be like this. She'd be sleeping. Well, actually, I say she was sleeping, but she would always be like, "Well, I'm just resting my eyes." I'm like, "What's the difference? You got your eyes closed, ain't you knocked out?" You know what I'm saying? But apparently there's a difference. I guess like if you rest your eyes, you still like kind of conscious. You can still hear what's around you versus when you sleep, you basically knocked out. But I thought she was knocked out. Cause got a head like this, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, rest your eyes for a little bit. Just kind of just, maybe take a break from the phone, take a break from the computer, you know what I'm saying?
For
And
sure.
do stuff like that. And then I also listen to music. Now, I
Oh yeah.
recommend I recommend um, basically filter what you listen to. Okay. Now there's an album on Spotify. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. It's called Lo-Fi Hip Hop Music. I don't know if you've ever been put on to that, but I'm telling y'all, look that up. It is some of the most relaxing music you will ever listen to. And I got onto that from my boy Shay because we were studying at school one time, and he showed me this soundtrack with the hip hop beats on it. It's basically just hip hop, relaxing hip hop beats. And literally, my stress level went from here to like all the way down here because it's just something about listening to just just kind of just soothing music that can really, impact how you impact your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because versus like listening to rap is all over the place. In your mind, you might be thinking of violent thoughts because a lot of rap these days is violent. Talk about shooting, killing, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Doing this and that, drive-bys, all that stuff. And your mind's like sometimes your mind can get in that state of mind where it's just mad, where it's like, oh my god, man, this person did this to me. I'm gonna go ahead and mess them up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what some music can do to you. So the type of music can really impact your mind. So if you listen to like jazz or maybe this type of music, I'm telling you, it's gonna really impact how your stress is gonna impact how you think of things. You know what I'm saying? Because every time I listen to it, I always feel relaxed. Like I could be in the middle of a stressful situation. I put that boy on, and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm like, what was I worrying about again? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, those are just a few of my activities. I know Miss Tiffany gave for yours, but I'm telling y'all, bro, you don't need to wait for nobody to tell you when to do that. If you get to a point where you about to burn out, that's where you say, all right, I need to stop and take a break. Now, obviously, if you've been doing something for 5 minutes and you already tired, I mean, come on now, bro. You gotta just continue to keep going. I'm talking about if you've been at something for a little while, like let's say you at work, you've been working hard for 2, 3 hours, and you about to be on a burnout level. That's where you like, okay, just take you a break, take you 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying, and just do some of these activities, man, to just be able to take your mind off that stress.
That's very true. I agree. I agree with what you said. And the filtering, definitely filtering the music. I definitely started filtering my music a year ago on what I listened to, because I started like, oh my God, I don't want to hear this. I'm trying to like, I'll be in a good headspace and hear my playlist. And I was like, I had to change it. But I listen to a lot of hip hop Christianity rap. So it's actually pretty good. My favorite artist is Lecrae. I've been listening to Restoration and listen to that every day. Like actually every day. Like I love that album, and Lecrae is really dope. So I listen to a lot of Christian hip hop artists. There's more than we actually know about, and the music is fire. And it's like talking about things you're going through and how you're feeling. So versus how you used to feel, it's like your old self and the other rap music and your new self and my healed awakened self, getting to it. And I just discovered that the lo-fi hip hop beats. I like a friend of mine actually put me onto that. He actually does a lot of work on the computer, and I always be telling him like, listen to music, and he's just like, I listen to this. I was like, wow, I never heard of this. I looked it up on YouTube and everything, and I was just like, oh, it's pretty dope. So I know exactly what you're talking about, Chris. And people should definitely check that out. And it is super relaxing. I never even I started freestyling on it. I got so excited. I was listening. I was so relaxed and I got in my own little vibe with it. And it's actually really, really, really good. And I added some of that to my playlist along with my meditation music and my affirmations. So I got all that on my playlist to kind of get me going in the mornings and with my yoga and exercise. So definitely that music is very important. Music goes to the soul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually like what you said when you talked about the Christian rap, because I actually been getting into that myself. I was actually listening to that on the way back from my vacation, because what I've done is I've tried to filter out some of the rap that I listen to, because I was really into the current rap, you know what I'm saying? But after looking back on it, it was just when I was listening to it, I'm like, man, they really saying this about people, you know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, because at first, coming up, I was really into rap. I was into hardcore rap. You know what I'm saying? But I just kind of look back on it and realizing now that I've gotten older and been able to understand some of the stuff they're saying, it's bro, what was I able to study to this music? Because I used to study the music, you know what I'm saying? I used to be studying to it. I'm like, what the what? I was like, I listened to that. I listened to that when I was studying. You know what I'm saying? That probably was the reason why I didn't do well on some of my papers. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I just had to be like, bro, can these people rap without saying a cuss word? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's when I had to, be like, okay, what is some other rap out here? And the Christian rap, I'm telling you, my favorite artist, I actually have several favorite artists because I actually listen to that when I work out in the mornings. So I don't know if you heard of, like I said, I've heard of Lecrae, so I relate to you on that.
Okay.
You heard of D1?
D1?
D1 is like DEE and then /1.
No, I have to check that out.
All right, check him out. Man, he spits bars, bro. I mean, he spits the
What?
truth. D1. There's there's another one. Oh, Bizzle. You heard of Bizzle?
Yes, I heard of Bizzle.
Bizzle, yeah, Bizzle's a popular one. There's another one. What was his name? Uncle Reese. Uncle Reese. You know the song "Until I Pass Out."
No, Uncle Reese.
Uncle Reese. Uncle Reese. Add that to your playlist. There's just so many other. I mean, if you just type in Christian rap, I mean, you'll come up with a bunch of.
I seen some. I didn't see these artists off rip, but yeah, I want to get into some more Christian artists, because I actually used to do music. I was a rapper myself, so
let me hear some. Spit some for it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no. Trying to catch me on the spot. People know I used to do music, and I rapped for about 5 or 6 years. And when I first started out, I did kind of the mainstream rap, what everybody was talking about. But then when I really got deeper into it, started songwriting, I wanted to make songs that had a purpose. I started talking about things I went through life, and people weren't buying that. People were not into that. So they're just like, hey, that's cool, your flow, but talk about something else. So I felt like it was no room for hip hop Christianity, you know what I'm saying? Just thought it wasn't even out there, and people kind of doused on it, because one of my favorite artists back then was Mary Mary, still is. I love Mary Mary. Yes, I know all their songs, okay? That's on my playlist too. I jam out to them every morning. I be on jamming to go get it every day. I'm gonna go get them blessed. That's my jam. But yeah. Yes, exactly. So with getting into discovering more rap Christianity, hip hop last year, I'm like, hold on, this is inspiring me. Maybe I want to get back into music, not go be a hip hop artist, but I want to, it's for fun. It's just like you said, listening to music feels good. That's that was my mental breaks, let me sing and rap and stuff. I suck at singing, I still try because it's fun. And it feels good, to sing the songs and feel it run through your body, even though you can't, hit them notes, but it feels good. So, but yeah, I want to check out these artists and go deeper into it. Cause I was like, wow, there's a whole market and it's dope, cause back in like 2000, I started rapping in 2009 and I stopped rapping around 2000, well, professionally, I stopped like 2014, 2015. So yeah, and I just thought there was like nobody listening to it. Everybody was into this, shooting and banging and ganging and, doing all this stuff. And I was just like, dang, nobody wants to hear about real life stuff. So I used to listen to Kendrick and stuff like that because he used to touch on issues and Lupe Fiasco, stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty dope. I'm gonna check these artists out. Thanks, Chris. Everybody need to check these artists out because we need to get this hip hop Christianity back popping. I'm tired of hearing about drugs and violence and killing and beating up people and stuff. I'm like, dang, that's not what I want to go outside and do or see.
Well, I mean, bro, and along the topic of your mental health, a lot of that is impacting people's mental health, man. And that's the reason why our youth today is having these violent thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because of the stuff they listen to, like not just the music, but the TV shows, video games, all that, man. You know what I'm saying? And so I've heard this cliche term one time. It's like basically you are what you eat. So it kind of falls lines like you become what you listen to. You know what I'm saying? Like if you get involved with violence, you get involved with all this negativity, then that's what you're gonna become. You're gonna become the things that you listen to, the things that or the people that you hang around. Because I know I've always heard that term coming up. My mom always tell me that. She was like, son, you are who you hang around, or just older people, like like you are who you hang around. So it's like, in order for you to be able to get into a better state of mind, you gotta filter some of those negativity, some of those negative things out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've been trying to do as well, because I used to get involved in all that. I used to, listen to the hardcore rap, drug rap. I used to like to play violent video game, but I'm just like, what's that doing? You know what I'm saying? That's not really doing anything. That's not really helping me step toward my purpose, which is what I'm on a mission to do. You know what I'm saying? So, in order to really take care of that mental health, you gotta basically filter out things that's not going to help it out. And one of those things is like listening to negative people, listen to negative, music and all that, and being able to listen to some of that encouraging music, some of that encouraging music that has a purpose. That's why I love Christian rap. It's because it's always talking about being God fearing, purpose driven, all that. You know what I'm saying? That motivates me to go out and live in my purpose versus like, doing stuff, trying to get money the fast way, which is trying to rob banks and all that, talking about trying to live the fast life. I ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, it's got to be on you though. But it's got to be on you to take care of your mental health because nobody else gonna take care of it for you. And sometimes it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for you to get away from some of those negative people, negative things, because it's what the world is used to. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got crack rap and all that, all these negative influences on the top of the charts, because that's what people like. That's what people gravitate toward. So it's like you got to be the one to step out of that because that you got to take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to take care of yourself and your mental health because, like I said, nobody else gonna look at after you, man. So make it a priority. Make your mental health, make your success, and make your path a priority to you versus trying to do what everybody else doing. You know what I'm saying?
The gateway to step into your purpose.
Yep.
That's the gateway. That's the gateway when you get to that. Like you said, when you filter out that stuff and you put all the goodness in, it's like when I was speaking about positive affirmations in the mornings, like how I do my positive affirmations. Like I'm not going to do my positive affirmations and then go get in my car and listen to something talking about something the opposite of what I want my day to go like. It kind of reminds me a lot of the negative news. We all been through stuff. We all had situations that we wanted to rise from or we have rose from. So when you listen to that type of stuff or listen to those type of people or go those type of places that remind you of the same things that you came above, it sends you back. It sends you back. It's like PTSD, almost what they would call PTSD. you're reliving that trauma that you got out of. But listen, even though you made it out of that situation and you're doing better, you're going to listen to the music that reminds you of the situation. Or go to the places, go back to those places. Even though you moved out of that neighborhood, you want to go back, relive that corner store experience, or relive that, oh man, I missed that. You got to step into your purpose, step into the light, step into what works best for you. And that, like you said, feeds your mental, feeds that positivity within you that you have. A lot of things bring us down is stuff that we see, hear, smell, taste. You don't like the way something tastes, you put it back. You hear something you don't like, you walk away. You see something you don't like, you look away. It's you. That's how you control what gets in you. Like you said, you are what you eat, so you are what you allow to affect you. You let negative affect you, you become negative. If you don't let negativity affect you, what's an opposite of negative? Positive. Positivity affects you. That means it brings you smiles, brings you warmth, brings you those gifts that the universe is providing, those blessings that you don't see around the corner. Like, oh man, didn't think I could get that job, but you know what? I just thought about it, man. I deserve it. And you ain't talking to nobody all day to tell you couldn't get it, So those are the factors that helps you break down all those blockages you have from getting you into your purpose, into the life that you want.
Man, you kind of brought up something that I wanted to speak on for a little bit, because you talked about how people sometimes go back to something that reminds them of their past, man. It's like, that's my biggest pet peeve, man. It's like when people like always come around you talking about, especially with relationships, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you be trying to, help them get over that relationship, and they still be talking about, oh man, I remember when me and my significant other, we used to sit over here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, come on, man. It's like, why are you still thinking about that? Now I understand, like, it's okay to be like frustrated, it's okay to have feelings, it's okay to have emotions, but over time, you can't let your past dictate your future, bro. And that's another thing that I feel like people struggle with mentally, is letting go of stuff that happened in their past. That also affects your mental health. That also affects your ability to go forward in life. You know what I'm saying? Because if you keep spending time thinking about that past situation or that past trauma, bro, it's gonna be hard for you to continue to step towards your purpose, bro. Because you're gonna keep stepping back, bro. Because you're gonna have that past mind you. Oh, remember that time you was this? Remember that time you was that? Remember that time you beat up somebody over here? You know what I'm saying? What makes you think you could go up if you did stuff that kept you down? You know what I'm saying? It's like you have your past talking to you, bro. It's like you can't let your past talk to you. Because I've done some stuff in my past, bro. I ain't perfect. Just because I'm speaking about it don't mean I haven't had past experiences, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, it's just like I gotta understand that that's not me no more. You know what I'm saying? And that you got to tell yourself that's not you no more. And even if people want to keep bringing that up, because I've had people who always bring up stuff that happened to me in my past, because I've done some stuff in my past that I am not proud of. But it's like, you know what? That's not me, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's not me no more. I don't know what you saw. I mean, maybe you saw that a few years ago, but I'm on a different direction. I'm on a different path. You know what I'm saying?
Amen. Amen.
I'm not gonna let my past, keep me from seeing opportunity for myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let people try to remind me of who I used to be, because your past don't really matter. Your past is your past. That's why it's called the past. It's already done. You can't do nothing about it. But what you can do is recreate the future. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
In order to take care of yourself, you gotta let old things pass away and just be able to create new things, bro. Because people only care about what you're doing now.
Exactly.
If you doing something great now, that's what people gonna remember. You know what I'm saying? Because there's plenty of people like famous, athletes, music artists, all that, who probably did some great stuff in their past, but maybe are not doing anything now. So it's like, what do people got to talk about now? You know what I'm saying? It's like retired basketball players. Like, yeah, they did all this in their past, but what are they doing now? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like you can't keep living in your past, because your past is the past. because that's going to limit you from moving forward in the future.
Right.
So,
Getting those blessings.
right. That's what I mean. You can't let that keep you grounded, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to continue to know that God still has a plan for you. If you still here, if you still alive, you can still make something new happen, because
Amen.
every day is a new day.
There you go.
So every new day is a new opportunity, bro. So
Yes.
if you want to continue to keep moving forward with your life, you gotta learn how to make new opportunities. You gotta learn how to create them. Use your time wisely, which is what a lot of people don't do. Is they don't use their time wisely, throughout each day. So it's like you can't necessarily wait for tomorrow and the next day, because what if it don't come? So
Right.
like while you had the opportunity now, do whatever you wanted to do now versus trying to wait. Don't feel like you gotta, clean yourself up, because nobody's gonna be perfect. Nobody perfect. Nobody is fully clean. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is fully perfect. So like, stop waiting on perfect moments, perfect timing, and just go out and do it. Whatever you wanted to do, just go out and do it.
Exactly. We take risk all the time. We take a risk every time we get in our car. Possible car accident. May not even be you. You know what I'm saying? And every day, like I say, I practice choices. Everything is a choice. You can choose whether you want to do what's right or what's wrong. But either way, you got to live with the consequences. But when you do something that's wrong, you're putting that bad karma out into the universe. You do something right, you're putting that good karma into the universe. So even if it doesn't work out, something good is going to come back to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing good things, putting that good out. And when you treat yourself good, people tend to treat you good. Things gonna happen better for you. And when you uncomplicate things by always expecting that outcome, that's what creates a lot of mental blockages for people. When they do something, they automatically expect that outcome to come fast. Okay, because I did this, now this should happen. They're putting forth that action without the faith behind it. And that faith comes from self-love. You got to take that time for yourself. If you don't take that time for yourself and understand how things work within you and your abilities, and you have that confidence in yourself, you'll know that if it doesn't come through how you wanted it to, it was God's protection. Sometimes rejection is the best protection. So don't always get caught up in the outcome. Living in the moment. Like you said, I'm a believer of living in the present moment. You live in the future, that's anxiety. You live in the past, that's depression. You gotta live in the present moment. I did all I could today and I set it free.
Man, that was fire. That was a great statement. And I think that as we come to a close on the show, man, I'm just glad that I was able to have her on, because as you can see, I told y'all, bro. I told y'all I know I was doing. You know what I'm saying? See here now. I'll say this. Now I'll say this, because we about to come to a close. I know it's been about 45 minutes, so I ain't gonna keep y'all that long, bro. I think we did. I think we got everything that we need to tell y'all in. You know what I'm saying? I think you can walk away and incorporate some of these practices as we was talking about, bro. But like I said, bro, I'll tell y'all this, man. Here's the reason why I wanted a co-host, and the reason was because I love the energy that was presented on the show. Okay, it's always fun. See, when I started having guests on the show, I was like, man, I love this energy. I really do. I love the different perspectives. I love the different, personalities. So this is the reason. So if you guys wondering, like, man, like, what's up with the cult? Well, that's the reason, because it's always fun to do it with a partner. And that's another lesson for y'all right there. Don't feel like you got to do everything yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because sometimes when you bring other people, when you bring the right people in your life, they can give you certain ideas. They can see certain things that you may not have seen for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, the
Exactly.
reason this is even happening, the reason I even got me a co-host was because I decided to take this brand and go global. Like, I wanted to promote it on Instagram, social media, and the person who brought me to that point was my man Shay, who I've always mentioned before, my friend from Kent. And he's the reason how I got in contact with all these people, bro. Because if it was still me doing this, it'd still be me talking. I would have never opened up to the idea to be able to have guests on. I would never would open up to the idea of even possibly having clothes. So it's like you, sometimes is you can go further with people versus by yourself. So don't be afraid to reach out to people and ask for their opinion, for their advice. You know what I'm saying? Or ask them to see if they want to come on board. Because I'm telling you, bro, it takes two to make a thing go right. You know what I'm saying? Come on,
Tell them
bro.
again. Tell them again.
Bro. That was a song. That was a song back in the day. My parents loved that song, bro. It was that
That's a
old
song sing.
hip hop.
Yeah, to make a thing go right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that was fire, bro. That was a fire song, bro. I love that song. But like I said, bro, I'm telling y'all, man, that could be your biggest liability is yourself, bro. Sometimes you may be stubborn to have somebody come in and try to help you out. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got different perspectives. That's the beauty of working together. That's why in school they always taught you to try to work with groups. Now sometimes that always didn't work out, but I see the reason for it was because so you can get different perspectives, and that way you can get the work done faster. You know what I'm saying, and be able to go further with multiple people versus just by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole reason why I did this. But I'm telling y'all, bro, we going places. This podcast going places, baby. Me and Miss Tiffany, bro, we're gonna continue to produce fire episodes for y'all. We might even get a chance to travel, be able to get a chance to see each other. But we will see what happens. We will see what happens in the future.
Yes, we will see. That's in the works, in the process.
Yes, ma'am. We might even come to your city, bro. Me and her, we might come to your city. We might be speaking somewhere. So you know what I'm saying. But hey, you just never know. God got a plan for us, bro. God's got a plan, bro. And I'm excited that she was able
Amen.
to and be able to agree to do this with me. So, hey, bro, like I said, she will be on for full time, and it's gonna be man, it's gonna be fire. I'm telling y'all, bro. We're gonna have some great episodes for y'all in the future. But hey, like I said, this your boy, Miss Tiffany. You got any closing statements that you want to say before we head out?
That's just uh but thanks for having me on. This is a very fun first episode. And also follow me on Instagram at coaching you to happiness. It's coaching the letter U, the number 2, happiness, and at disinfecting your life to keep up with what me and Chris got going on. And for future episodes, gear, all types of stuff that we got going on, follow us on social media and my Facebook, Angel7 with 2 N's.
Okay, there you go. There you got it. Yes. Like I said, definitely keep up with us. Definitely, if you are interested in our gear, check us out. The link is in our bio on Instagram. So if you click the link tree, it'll be able to come up with the merch. So if you click there, it will take you directly to the link and you can get you one. You can get you one of these fly shirts. I saw Miss Tiffany made hers customized. I think she made it a crop top now because it was a full shirt. Now she cut the bottom off so that to fit her personal needs. So hey, it's all good. But you can do whatever you want. Once you get the shirt, it's your shirt. You can cut the sleeves off, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Long as you step into your purpose, that's all that matters.
Right, that's what I mean. And I think we definitely need to do some episodes in person because sometimes this Zoom will be acting up. You know what I'm saying? Like in the middle of it, it was like freezing. She kept going in and out. But hopefully we get to a place where we can do this in person and just just live it up, baby. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
yes,
this your boy Chris Simmons alongside with your new co-host Tiffany Wright. We out. And we'll see y'all when we see y'all.
Bye.
Take care. Peace.